This talks on correlates of life satisfaction in the trans community. It's being presented by Chris Bober, Dustin Shepler, and Kristen Suing.
It's nice to see you all here. This is a great turnout. It's been some really fantastic presentations already. We're going to just kind of go through some of our writing and some of our notes on this topic, and then we'll open it up for questions. So my name is Chris Bober.
And my name is Kristen Suing, and we're both from the Michigan School of Professional Psychology. We're going to be discussing correlates of life satisfaction for the trans community. We will define our terms, our constructs, discuss the relevant literature, and present our results for our study. We will also give a brief explanation for the implications of our research, and at the end we'll open it up for a few questions.
So in our study, we examined the correlates of life satisfaction for 32 non-heterosexually identified trans individuals at a Pride event. In other words, all of our participants identify as gay and lesbian as well as trans. Our sample included people who identified as transgender, genderqueer, and gender fluid, herein referred to as trans individuals. Specifically, our research examines how sexual anxiety, sexual esteem, internalized homonegativity, and a level of outness relate to life satisfaction for these individuals. By understanding correlates of life satisfaction for trans people, therapists may be better prepared to offer culturally competent treatment and individualized treatment plans for trans clients.
Throughout our presentation, we're probably going to use the terms ze, zer, and zers. We may also refer as they, just because of language. But we feel that this is a recognition of gender fluidity and gender diversity in our research.
So our constructs. Our first construct that we measure was satisfaction with life. Satisfaction with life is a subjective measure of global life satisfaction. It is defined in the literature as a person's contentedness with their current state, based on and compared to self-defined standards. So life satisfaction is a cognitive evaluation process through which a person evaluates their life, judges how Z feels about it, and assesses if Z thinks Z is going in a positive direction. In other words, satisfaction with life measures responses to the question, am I satisfied with my life and where it's going? Little research has examined the life satisfaction of members of the trans community. Most research is focused on health-related evaluations of what's called quality of life. The quality of life studies have valued political, economic, and health variables over self-perceived satisfaction with life. One study that examined life satisfaction found that trans people with good family relationships tended to have higher levels of life satisfaction despite potential difficulties in areas related to self-esteem. The research suggests that healthy family relationships were positively correlated with perceptions of life satisfaction and self-esteem. In another study, similar results were reported for trans adolescents. The study reported that adolescents who perceive their parents as emotionally supportive reported greater life satisfaction, and that makes sense. Less stress due to their identity as well, and fewer signs of depression. These studies are important because they examine how depression, family support, family relationships, and self-esteem are all correlated with life satisfaction. However, we took a different approach and examined constructs related to sexual esteem and sexual anxiety. In addition, we examined how internalized homonegativity and outness, the levels of outness correlate with life satisfaction as well.
For our study, we used life satisfaction scale developed by Diner, Emmons, Larson, and Griffin. And the satisfaction with life scale included 5 Likert-type questions used to measure global satisfaction with life. For the purposes of the study, we defined satisfaction with life as the judgment of how satisfied one is with their present state of affairs based on a comparison with the standard that each individual sets for themselves.
Okay, so the next 2 concepts fall under what's called sexual self-concept. And we examine these in relation to life satisfaction as well, and those are sexual esteem and sexual anxiety. Those are 2 factors of sexual self-concept. Sexual self-concept is defined as the emotional and cognitive evaluation of their personal sexual qualities. Sexual esteem looks at the positive evaluations of their own sexual ability, and whereas sexual anxiety examines the feelings of tension and discomfort about their sexual self.
For our study, we defined sexual esteem as a generalized anxiety or a generalized tendency to positively evaluate one's own capacity to engage in healthy behaviors. And this was measured using the sexual esteem subscale of the modified multidimensional sexual self-concept questionnaire. We hypothesized that sexual esteem would be positively correlated with satisfaction with life, and the results of our study supported this hypothesis. There was a strong positive relationship between life satisfaction and sexual esteem. Furthermore, we defined sexual anxiety as the tendency to feel tension, discomfort, and anxiety about the sexual aspects of one's own life. And this was measured using the same questionnaire, but a different subscale called the sexual anxiety subscale. We hypothesized that sexual anxiety would be negatively correlated with satisfaction with life because satisfaction with life requires confidence in one's